Today I'm going to be making some super chocolate brownies, and I promise you're going to love this really simple recipe. So let's get on with the ingredients. 1 1/4 cups of cocoa powder, and I'm using unsweetened cocoa powder in this recipe. I have 4 eggs, 2 cups of regular white sugar, that's granulated sugar, 1 cup of unsalted butter, 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and our last ingredient, a tiny bit of baking powder. I have 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. So those are the ingredients, so let's get started. Alright, here we go, our first step. So what I've done is I've taken the butter and I've just melted it in my microwave. We're going to get that into a large bowl. And then I'm going to grab all of the sugar and get that right into there. And because the butter is a little bit warm, it's going to help dissolve our sugar. Alright, I'm going to get my mixer and I'm just going to start incorporating this. So just kind of cream it up. Get a little bit of air into this. Just want it well combined. That's good. And then I'm going to start adding our eggs. So we've got 4 eggs. And there's 2, 3, and 4. And now at this point, you really want to get this mixed up. So mix this for a good 30 seconds or so, just until it's well incorporated. Okay, that's good. I also have my oven set to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, this is a very fast recipe, so you can get your oven going ahead of time. You always want to do that so that you have your oven ready at the correct temperature. So there we go, that's our vanilla, all of our nice salt. Alright, and now for our dry ingredients. Alright, I've got a sieve here. I'm going to gently get all of our lovely cocoa powder into there. Our flour, and I'm using all-purpose flour. And our tiny bit of baking powder. And that's optional. I like putting it in. Many brownie recipes you'll see that there's absolutely no chemical leavening agent. But in mine I like to have my brownie just a little bit airy. It's not enough baking powder that it'll turn into a cake. It'll still be very dense and very fudgy. But it'll just give that just a little bit of air to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get all of this right in. Just give it a nice shake. Shake, rattle, and roll. And just push all the little pieces through. There we go. Alright, I'm going to take my mixer now, and on speed number 1, I want to very, very slowly incorporate everything together. And you do not want to go quickly because you will create a nice big cloud of cocoa powder all over your counter, and you don't want that. So just slowly, just let it all mix in. And we don't want to overdo this batter either. We don't really want to whip all kinds of air into it. We just want to gently mix it all together. So I'm going to continue doing this, and I'll be back right at the end, just before I'm done. Okay, that looks very, very nice. So I'll just clean off my beaters. And we are ready for the next step. So I'm going to go get my pan ready, and I'll be back in a second. So what I have here is a 9x9 baking tin, and I've just lined it with parchment paper, and I have 2 little metal clips here just to help me while I'm pouring the batter in. Okay, that's just, it really helps out when you have, you know, your little helpers like that. Very, very nice. So I'm just going to grab all of this beautiful brownie batter and get that right in here. I wish you could smell this. It smells so good. And there we go. Okay, and then you just want to gently get all of this into the sides. Just use your spatula and gently push it down, and you want to get this kind of even because anything that is even is going to bake more evenly in the oven. So you don't want to have a brownie that's high on one side and low on the other. So just work at it until you are satisfied that it looks pretty good. Okay, and that looks pretty good. So at this point now, I am going to pop this into my 300-degree Fahrenheit oven for about 60 minutes. So I'm going to bake this off and I'll come back and I will show you the final product. So off to the oven. So here we are about 2 hours later. My brownies have completely cooled and I'll just show you how easy it is to pull them out with the magic of this parchment paper. You can just lift them right out like that. There we go. And these are ready to cut. And these smell really, really good. I'll just grab a knife here and we'll just cut off a little row. I'll show you how dark and delicious these are. Hopefully the camera is picking up how really, really dark these brownies are. They are really, really dark, really, really rich. There we go. I'm just going to try a little piece. Oh yeah, really, really good. So that's it for this recipe. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you try out the recipe, please leave me some feedback so I know how you did. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you next time.